Alright, so once we have our exploded view right here and our border and title block is completely filled out, we can submit this file. Now what we're ready to do is we're ready to start doing an orthographic projection of each of our objects. So we want to select our object that we're going to be producing. I'm going to do the bottom one, so I'm going to delete everything else, and then I'm going to see what layer this object is to see, okay, so this is my third object. So now what I want to do, since I have it isolated, I'm going to move this object up to the UCS. So I'm going to move it up to the X, Y, and Z axis. So I have to make sure I orbit around to get it as close as I can to that X, Y, and Z axis. I don't want it exactly on it, but I want to keep it close. So I'm just going to keep orbiting around. Gotta move it back a little bit to the right, and it looks like it's pretty good right there. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. Alright, so now what I want to do is go back into layout 1, and I want to delete my viewport. So my viewport's located behind my border right now. So yours might not be, but if it is, you're gonna have to delete one of the lines, and you're gonna draw a new border line in. So go to your border layer, and if you deleted a line, draw that new line right in, just like this. Alright, so now what I want to do is I'm going to type solve view, press enter. I want to select UCS, then current, press enter, and I'm going to set my scale to 2 just because these are tiny. Now I'm going to just click, and you'll notice the object appears, and you want to just keep clicking until you can place it where you want it. You press enter, and now you're going to draw a viewport around your object. We're going to name this our front, and press enter. Now you're going to select ortho. You're going to click the midpoint of the viewport that you just created, and you're going to place your object. So keep clicking until you have it where you want it. Press enter, you draw a viewport around it, and we're going to name this top. We're going to do the same thing, ortho again, click the right side, drag it over, and place it where we want it. Press enter, I draw a viewport around my object, and I'm going to name this right. Enter. And I press enter again. Now I'm going to double click in here, and I'm going to hit F7. Now F7 turns our grid off. It just cleans up the way that this looks. Now I have it. I'm gonna rename my border and title block since this is the third object. I'm gonna erase exploded, and I'm gonna write object 3, making sure it's all capitals. Right? Since I doubled my scale, I'm gonna write 2 to 1. So that means for every 2 inches on the drawing, it's 1 inch in reality. I'm going to change my date to today's date. And this is going to be drawing number 13. Alright, now I want to go in and I'm going to turn off my viewports. So you're going to notice that a whole bunch of new layers are created. I'm going to go down to viewports, I'm going to click the light bulb, and you notice it just turns the light bulbs off. Alright, I want to make sure that I'm saving my work, so I go to File, Save As, and I'm going to name it Puzzle Cube, and then the object 3, since this is my third object. So if you have 5 objects, you need 5 files. If you have 9 objects, you need 9 files. After we save our work, now we're ready to start adding dimensioning. So now I want to go to my dimension layer. Then I'm going to go up top to my annotate tab, and I'm going to select linear dimension. To start adding dimensions, I click on my endpoints on my O snaps, and then I drag the dimension up, and I click when I want to drop it. I'm going to do this 2 dimensions on each view. So 2 on the top, 2 on the front, and then 2 on the right side. Now to change the way that the dimensions are displayed, we're going to type dim style, press enter, we're going to select modify, and then we're going to change our primary units from decimal to fractional. And then we're going to click OK. And you'll notice that they automatically change. Now we'll just finish adding our dimensions, and once you're completed having 2 dimensions on each side, you'll then save it, and then you're ready to submit this file. Don't forget that you have to do this for each and every puzzle piece that you created.